Namaste, innovators, and welcome to Soul Horoscope Super Scopes. My name is Christopher Witecki. I am your Sensei to Sirius joy, and I'm here to serve and help you step into your personal joy. And if you don't know or you just need reminding, this is for Aquariuses and Aquarius Risings, whom I call the Step 4s. Because in the 11 steps to Sirius joy, you are Step 4. Step 4 is I belong. Aquariuses and Aquarius Risings have a natural sense of where they belong or definitely don't belong. That's what I was just thinking about. All the Aquariuses that just bounce out of where they don't belong. And from that belonging, you kind of navigate everything on Earth and help us on Earth put things into its proper perspective. So you are natural-born innovators and you're natural-born instigators, both. Now, that said, where are you instigating and innovating? Well, in the last month, you were working on self-esteem, soul capital, and you probably learned that you had to be more compassionate and more accepting in order to be open to the new areas of receiving abundance. And even if abundance is coming in the door, an opening and allowing a forgiveness, a self-compassion was necessary. This month, you'll be stepping into a new attitude, a new way of thinking, a new way of approaching thought, and therefore a whole new strength, because that's where Aquariuses and Aquarius Risings get their strength. They get it from a cocky attitude, frankly. And that attitude is a knowing of where you belong or don't belong. However, where you belong or don't belong may have changed based on a number of stories. One of them is this one, Mars retrograde. Mars, which is the masculine energy on Earth, is retrograde until May 20th, so all men on Earth are feeling a bit deflated and have to kind of step up on their own and step into potential. Now, this also means a reconsideration, and for Aquarius and Aquarius Risings, the reconsideration is what you truly believe, which means you are reconsidering what your heart truly believes as well, because our belief is really based on what our heart wants. Even when we're going after looking for empirical science, we're chasing after something our heart wants. So you're going to re-examine what you actually believe and therefore re-examine what your heart really is aligned in through May 20th, which means you may not have the answers you're seeking for some time. Now, some good news is Saturn is retrograde, which means you will have a break in career expansion until the summer. So no more having to go out there and perform or expand greater than you have. You will have to be responsible in the areas you've already learned. You will not be given grace on the areas where you know better on. However, new areas will not be thrown on your lap at this time. However, Jupiter in Cancer does mean that your overall connection to life is going to grow. Your work is going to grow. Your lifestyle is going to grow. Everything in your daily reality is going to grow. You have to become emotionally more connected to your daily reality, and that is a go as of now. So that moves forward in a very rapid pace. So your lifestyle may be changing even though your career is not technically expanding at the moment, and you are reconsidering what life purpose really is to you in all of this transition. That, in a nutshell, is where we begin. So with the sun in Aries, you're actually working on thoughts and attitude, which is the premise of an Aquarius and Aquarius Rising strength, is your attitude. And this comes down to literally the premise of the thought, the prejudice of the thought, the assumption of the thinking, and the direction of the thinking. So I predict there will be a bit of a mental breakdown because the old way of thinking will no longer work for Aquariuses, and Aquariuses will probably be forced at that mental breakdown probably Monday, Tuesday. This could be a breakdown in communication, a fight with a significant other. In fact, with the moon in Capricorn at the same time, you may find that there's a huge inner faith trigger, and you might have to face basically an old demon of your own very privately that causes the mental breakdown, that causes you realize that your mind can no longer be there for you, or you realize that your mind has not been there for you, your thoughts have not been there for you. This attitude and approach is not working. And because it's Aries, it's kind of all or nothing, and that's the way Aquas and Aqua Risings are. We all know it. Rosa Parks, all or nothing, won't give up her seat on the bus. Ronald Reagan, all or nothing with the Soviet Union in the 80s over Star Wars and nuclear proliferation. Aquariuses are all or nothing. So you're going to get a bit of your own medicine here where it's all or nothing with your own attitude, and really let pride burn, let the ego die, let it go, let it flow. All right. The good news is you will feel at peace as of Wednesday, Thursday. In fact, Thursday is Love Fest Day, the most powerful day of the month to give and exchange love. And it will be in Aquarius, which means Aquariuses will feel tremendous love, I think, from the moment, and a bit of an ego will satisfaction, probably from enduring this personal storm within, and hopefully from letting the old ego attitude die in your mind. You're going to find that by Friday and Saturday, it's time to make a radical decision about a change of mind. And the moon in Pisces will force you to be flexible about self-esteem and money in that transition. So it's a very sensitive moment through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that, of course, is for the Aquas and the Aqua Risings. But remember, this is about changing a mental way. So if you always worry, that doesn't work for you anymore. If worrying is how you used to get the job done, if beating yourself down was how you get the job done, if taking it out on others mentally was how you got the job done, these types of ways of getting the job done will no longer work, you'll find, or you'll find the world backslashes very difficult in this year versus in other years did not. So it's deciding to step away from those mental actions with yourself or others, and by the end of the week. Now, that said, a sneak peek at next week, the real powerful day of change will be Sunday, March 30th, and that is where it's light cast day. The sun and moon come together. This is where you definitely need to hold your tongue and hold out for what you mentally want to do, and let and take control of your thoughts and attitude. And on Monday, you'll find that this immediately manifests as a change in your life. Now, for those who have Venus in Aquarius and love like an Aquarius, this is a profound shift this particular week. We go from peaceful 15 degrees to 22 degrees by the end. And so love stories for those with Venus in Aquarius you might find yourself really putting yourself out there for the first time, and where sexy is feeling back. You might feel an existing relationship, a new sexy come back, and you might feel sexual energy come very profoundly back, or find it by the end of the week with passion, even though Mars is retrograde. All right, so this is going to be a very powerful and interesting week for people with Venus in Aquarius. More on that next week, of course. And if you want to find out how any of these stories turn out, well, I've recorded a monthly horoscope called the Megascope, and it's available at soulmart.me. So your call to action is to come and find out how this all works out for you. You can find that for $9.99, and it's playable on an iPhone or also on an Android device. All right, I am so grateful for you coming and watching my show. I will see you in 7 days with more. Until next time, Aquarius or Aquarius Rising, live, love, be.